Thank you very much. Great to be here. It all started with a phone call from my dad a little over 30 years ago on a Sunday night. He said, "John, I just came from a meeting at the local Broadway Methodist Church in Salem, New Jersey, where I grew up. And the speaker was Jimmy Carter. He said, I was so impressed. I had no idea that it would be possible to do what Jimmy described, where people who are in need of affordable housing could do so, getting a mortgage with no interest, making their down payment with their sweat equity, their many hours spent helping build their own house. And the results are fantastic. The default rate compared to the rest of us is terrific. And the neighborhoods keep improving as a result of a Habitat house moving in. So this was a terrific thing. The next step was there was a blurb in the bulletin at the First Congregational Church, right over there. And it said there's going to be a meeting to talk about the possibility of organizing an affiliate for Habitat in Ridgefield. And I was interested. First, I read the book by Millard Fuller, who was the founder of Habitat, and learned how he started it, why he started it. And then I went to the meeting, and I thought for sure there'd be 100 people there. There were 4. The meeting was hosted by Pastor Mark Horton, Sam Deibler, Danbury, Executive Director of ARC, was there. The late Lou Price was there, and myself. And we talked, and we organized, and we strategized, and we came up with Housatonic Habitat for Humanity. Somehow, I walked out of that meeting as president, and was so for about 4 years. Now comes the hard part. We're ready to build that first house, but we have no land, and we have no money. How are we going to do this? Well, our strategy was very simple. We're going to get a lot donated by Danbury, the city of Danbury. They have lots of vacant lots. So I got to know then Mayor Gene Eriquez. We had many, many meetings poring over zone plots, maps, trying to find the ideal lot. Most of those lots were triangular shaped with a utility pole in the middle. But finally we found one that was perfect. It would be the perfect, it was the right size, the right everything. It was on Elm Street in Danbury, right around the corner from Beaver Street, if you know that area.
Yeah.
So we went out and took a look at the lot, which we had been given, and it was covered with drug needles. And that was just the beginning of a very difficult road. Once we got rid of the needles, we found that that lot prior had been the home of a gas station. And underground, of course, was a gasoline tank. And the remediation to remove that tank and get approvals, regulatory approvals, was an incredible task. It took us nearly 4 years to build that first house. And I'd like to add that we could not have done it without the tremendous support of Lou Price. Lou donated materials, money, tools. He never sought praise or even recognition. He was a very humble, wonderful man. And I know that Joanne and Margaret, his wife and daughter, are here tonight. I'd like to acknowledge them. So we built the house. It was a wonderful experience to go there. You have no idea what it was like to share those moments with that first family. And of course now, in the 26 years following that, there are, I don't even know how many, dozens, 30 some I think. Diana will probably tell you.
36.
So, 36, there we go. So that's how it got started, and my thanks to all who are keeping it going and making it flourish and grow. It's just a wonderful thing. Thank you.
Welcome whenever you're not up to look yet. We'd like to introduce Rudy Marconi, our first selectman of Ridgefield.
He's a bourbon bar.
You got from the Bourbon Barn really quick.
Hi, John. Congratulations. On behalf of the town of Ridgefield, I'd like to present you with a proclamation, given this the 30th anniversary of Housatonic Habitat for Humanity. And I want to thank you for all of your hours of sweat equity and philanthropy. Thank you so much. So whereas the Habitat for Humanity chapter was founded 30 years ago by a small group of Ridgefielders that call themselves Ridgefield Habitat. And whereas significant contribution and leadership to this local startup came from tonight's honoree, John Patrick, and I have to mention Joanne, right? Where is Joanne? Right here. Behind every great man. And whereas the mission 30 years ago has remained the same mission as today to build affordable housing for working families, therefore building better communities, one home and one family at a time. And whereas this organization has grown to now service 15 communities throughout Western Connecticut, and whereas countless volunteers and businesses have gifted their time and materials to helping the Housatonic Habitat for Humanity reach so many in need. Now therefore, I, Rudy Marconi, First Selectman, on behalf of the Board of Selectmen and the town of Ridgefield, do hereby congratulate and recognize the Housatonic Habitat for Humanity on its 30 years, thereby enriching and enhancing our community through service. Thank you, John.